Hey y'all, this is Stephanie from Large Family Diabetic Cooking. Well, today, a friend of mine requested Tony Shepard. I talked to you about him the other day, and he is from Kettle Kitchen. And I told him that I had a recipe for a Reuben casserole, except this is low carb, and it's good for diabetics. So, we're going to get started on that. But before we do, I have 2 new subscribers. And I'm going to say their names. The first subscriber is Kiara B. Welcome. And the next one is Trick Pony Fan 28. Welcome to Large Family Diabetic Cooking. And let's make our low carb Reuben casserole. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our sauce. So I'm going to get it in this, and then we're going to mix it. So it says 1 cup mayonnaise. So I'm going to get the mayonnaise in there. But I'm going to double the recipe, so I'm going to use 2 cups. We are making a homemade Russian dressing. Jeez. I was trying to avoid that. Okay. Then we're going to do, it says 1/4 cup sugar-free ketchup. Sorry, let me put you guys down here. 1/4 sugar-free ketchup, but I do not have sugar-free. So we're going to be using regular ketchup. And the other thing you'll have to do is you'll have to keep an eye on your sugar, because it is, this has 4 grams of sugar in it. Um, 4 tablespoons of horseradish. But I have horseradish sauce here. Okay. Robert! Yes? I need you a minute. Okay. Now, and it says 1 tablespoon of hot sauce. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons. I just need you to open something for me.
Yeah, I was unraveling a ordeal.
This. Do you see? How are you gonna put the lid back on? All right. We're gonna put some of this in here. It says a pinch of salt. And then I need to add some Worcestershire sauce. And I need to add some heavy cream, but I want to mix this first and get it where I want it first. Let me get the Worcestershire sauce out. I have some Lee Perrins Worcestershire sauce. And it says for the Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon. So we're going to do 2 since we're doubling it. And then we're going to mix it, and then we're going to add a little bit of whipping cream to make it creamier. Where'd my lid go? Put you guys here. So let's see. Can you see? Yes, you can. Now I need to plug this in. And we're going to blend it. Oops, forgot to twist it. Okay. Why aren't you going in there? There we go. Oh. Okay, there's that. So we're going to put this in a bowl. Let me get you guys over here. And then we're going to stir in some heavy cream. And then we're going to taste it and see where it's at. Hopefully it'll fit in this. Wow, that looks good. Look at that. Okay, I might not need to add any heavy cream at all because it's pretty creamy. But I do want to get all of this goodness out. Don't want to waste none of this. It was supposed, like I said, I was supposed to have horseradish, but someone mistaked it and bought horseradish sauce. Oh wow, that is good. I'm going to add a little bit more. Just a little bit. Maybe like a half a teaspoon more of some Worcestershire sauce. Stir this in. Okay, but for the recipe for the sauce, it is 1 cup mayonnaise, 1/4 cup of sugar-free ketchup or ketchup. You use what you got in your home. If you don't have sugar-free, use what you have. You just got to make sure that you check your sugar. 4 tablespoons of horseradish, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, or teaspoon of hot sauce, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. We use 2 because we doubled the recipe. A pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper, and whipping cream if you need it to make it creamy. But as you can see, it's creamy. I don't need to add anything else. So, wow, that is good. I don't know why I've never made my own dressing. It does. I think it needs a little bit more horseradish sauce, but I don't want to make it too spicy and kids can't eat it. So, we're going to do what we got. I'm squeezing as much liquid as I possibly can out of the sauerkraut. So, I'm going to get some of this stuff out of my way, and then we're going to get started on the next part. I didn't need the whipping cream at all. That's awesome. Let's get all this out of my way and get it in the fridge, and I will be right back with you in a second. Worcestershire sauce, that's what I'm missing. Okay, now the next thing we got to do is just put it together. Let me get another bowl so I can put that over the sauerkraut. Alright, let me get this together. Now, I have corned beef here. I have baby Swiss. I have sauerkraut. I have dill pickles. And the only other thing I need is butter to go on top. So everything else is together. I have my 9x13 pan, and now we're going to start layering. And we're going to make this yummy. Okay, so we're going to layer this in the bottom of the pan. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Let me, there we go. And I'm layering it in the pan. Okay, now we're going to sprinkle some sauerkraut over the top. Okay. Then we're going to, I put the spoon back. Hold on, I need another spoon. Hold on a minute. Sorry, got a 1-year-old that's being stubborn and doesn't want to listen. So Grandma had to step in. So she's not happy with me, but that's okay. And now we're going to drizzle. We're going to drizzle this sauce over top. Bye, Zero. Okay. And then we're going to open up some pickles. These are dill pickles. And these are just slices. And we're just going to lay them across. Okay, like this. Oh, and I'm not a big fan of rye bread, but you can add a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of caraway seeds, and that will give you the rye taste without the rye bread. I'm not a big fan of rye bread. I don't like the taste of it. Usually whenever I order a Reuben, I'll get it on sourdough or I'll get it on pumpernickel. So, but I'm not a big fan of the licorice taste it has. So, but for those of you that do like it, you can add caraway seeds to your, once you mix your sauce up, add it to your sauce. Okay, so we're going to go this way now.
Put these on the couch and then I'll take the blankets out the washer. Tell Amanda the same thing that we get to do today?
Oh no, I forgot. My grandsons got bunk beds. So they're in the process of putting together bunk beds for the boys.
Close that like these. Don't close that.
Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to keep repeating the layers. And I forgot to do something. I forgot to put cheese. I'll put cheese on the next layer because I put the sauce down already. So on the next layer, we're going to, on this layer here, we'll put some cheese down after we put the pickles and the sauce down. So don't forget your cheese. But I got sidetracked by a 1-year-old that didn't want to listen. She didn't think she had to listen to mommy, but as soon as grandma come walking in that room, she wanted to try and hurry up and run. Okay, so let's put our sauce on and then we'll do our pickles again. So let me see, so that way you can see what I'm doing. Let's get some more pickles out. And then you'll just hands together. And then we put some cheese on it. And then we're going to do one more layer because I don't have much sauerkraut left. I bought a big 32-ounce bag of sauerkraut. I wonder why they doubled that. Ah, I see why. And I got some baby Swiss cheese here. That is going to go on top here. And then what cheese you don't use, you could shred it up and put it in your freezer. One more piece. All right, next layer. And you're going to be shocked at what I'm going to tell you next. Let's get this together. I got 2 pounds of roast beef because I wanted to make, or not roast beef, sorry, corned beef, so I could make sure that I had enough to do the casserole. I asked them to slice it thin, not too thin, but thin. And the deli did an awesome job. There we go. Now, I might be able to get one more layer. We're gonna but make sure you drain your sauerkraut. And make your sauce first, because that way it makes putting your casserole together easy, very easy. Okay. And the sauce was very easy to do. It only took us, it didn't even take us 2 minutes to put the sauce together. Okay, now we're going to do our pickles. As soon as we're done with this, remember I talked about doing the girls' cupcakes. So I want to get those done in the freezer. So that way Saturday morning, all I have to do is make the Italian buttercream icing and put their okay. So, whoop, I almost forgot. Cheese. And yeah, I can get one more layer. And then we'll top with cheese. And then we'll put some butter on top. It's looking yummy. Okay, and then we're going to cover this with foil and bake it on 350 for, it says 10 to 15 minutes, so I already got my oven preheated. I got 2 pounds of corned beef, which was just about right, was right, because I have a few little pieces left, one piece here, and I'm going to use it because I'm not going to put it to waste, or let it go to waste. But if you have any left over, but 2 pounds was plenty for this. All right, so let's get our sauerkraut on here. Our sauce, the last of our sauce, and no more pickles. We're going to put our cheese on, and then we're going to put our butter on top of that, and then we're good. Let's get that in there, and let's get our cheese on top. They said you can either put butter on top or spray it with that. I had him get 1.5 pounds of cheese, which was plenty. This way, that's where, there we go, I'll take these little pieces and fit them in there. Alright, let me lay it on my, get this in the sink, and then we'll do our butter, cover it with foil, and get it in the oven. Dry my hands. Take this off. Put this back. Where's my butter? Right here. pats of butter. First, I need some water. Oh my goodness gracious. I was thirsty. Alright. I was trying to get everything together and my butter sat out a little too long, so it's extremely soft. But that's okay. You're going to put a pat of butter. Covered up and in the oven. And then if you want, at the end you'll take the foil off, put your oven on broil, put this under the broiler and until your cheese turns brown. Let me get a cookie sheet to put it on that just in case. You don't want no spillage in the oven. One of the things I do in my oven is on my bottom rack is I put foil on the bottom rack, so that way if anything spills over in the oven, you just remove the foil. Makes everything a lot easier. Clean up a lot easier. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you about this recipe is it's only 345 calories. And it makes 6 servings, but if you do it in a casserole, you can stretch it. I did a double recipe because there's 7 of us we gotta feed. And, well, it depends on if the babies will like it. We'll give them a little bit of it, let them try it, see if they like it. My 4-year-old Alex, he ain't gonna eat that. That boy is pizza and chicken nuggets. We've tried everything. We've even tried getting him to help us cook to see if, so that way he could see what was going in the food. And maybe that would entice him to eat it. Because some of the things that we do put in the food, he likes. But if you, I think it's the putting it all together. And he's just like, no. But, and it, 345 calories, it makes 6 servings, and it's only 4 net carbs. I like that. But it's one of my favorite casseroles that I make. So, I hope y'all like it. So now, we're going to move on to the cupcakes. I showed you how to do the cake. Same thing. You want your cakes to taste like you got them from a bakery. Instead of 1 cup water with a box cake mix. Instead of 1 cup water, you're going to do 1 cup milk. Instead of a 1/2 cup oil, you're going to do a 1/2 cup butter. And instead of 3 eggs, add an extra egg. If they're small eggs, you'll add 2 extra eggs. So instead of 3 eggs, you'll add 5. So, let's get these put together. So that way I can get these in the oven too. won't take us long at all to do this. I still have another package of eggs in my refrigerator that I haven't touched yet. I have a big flat of 60 eggs that I got from Walmart. These in the garbage, get my milk, and melt my butter. Which won't take long to do. About a half a cup of butter. Get my milk out. Start by mixing this cup milk. This plugged in. Butter out. Okay. Now we're going to add in our butter. Let it mix up. done. Get this in the sink. What I do with, yeah, there's our batter, and we're going to get the girls' cupcakes filled, and then these won't take long to do. I'm using the large cookie scoop or ice cream scoop, and it puts the right amount of batter in each one. So we're going to do these. We're going to get them in the oven, get these done, and then we're going to put them in the freezer, and then Saturday, like I said, we're going to put together the Italian buttercream icing for their unicorn cupcakes that I'm going to make. And I will show you how to do the Italian buttercream icing. A lot of people think it's really hard to do, and it really is not. These won't make 24 cupcakes, but it might make another maybe another 3 or 4 after these are done. I mean, I can put more, a little bit more in it, but I don't want to overfill them. I forgot to look at the box to see how long these take. So, I have a bad habit of doing that. Let me grab it out of the garbage real quick. Cupcake should only take, since it's sitting right here on top, cupcakes. 19 minutes. So, I'm going to put these in the oven, and then we're going to wash our dishes. And by the time I get done with dishes, they should be done. Babies don't want to listen. They don't want to stay out of the room. They're trying to get the bed put together. They're being stubborn. Typical 1-year-olds want to be in the middle of everything and touch everything. And when you tell them no, it's dangerous, you can't be around, then we get attitude. Some of this stuff will be an easy cleanup. The other stuff I'll wait till later. Stuff is going to take a while. Stuff that's easy that I can clean up really fast. I want to. That still feels greasy. Much better. No grease at all. But and then I want to try and get some pictures of the girls' birthday party. Or try to record some of it so that way you guys feel like you're a part of it. Because you're my new family. And family's always invited. Things straightened up real quick. Get that out. It's cleaned up. With this because this is very, very sharp, and like when you all know I do my cleaning, and I try to have all my sharp stuff dried and put away so that the babies don't get it, because you know what, kids are extremely inquisitive about everything and want to touch everything. And the last thing you want is for your babies to get hurt. So this grandma's watching out. Even when I'm in the store, if I'm grocery shopping or something like that, and I'll see a little kid running up the aisle, and the mom's hollering for him, and I'll turn around and I'll be like, are you supposed to be away from your mom? No. So you hear her calling you, so you turn yourself right back around and you go to your mother, where you're supposed to be. And they'll turn around and they'll beat it back to their mom. And I always get thanked by the mothers, always. They're like, thank you. Because sometimes it just takes someone who's a grandma to make a child understand. You know, hey, mommy's looking out for your best interest. You need to stay with mommy. You cannot walk away from mommy. Because little kids don't understand danger. And that's what our job is. Our job is to protect them from the danger. Alright, I got that done. Now I'm going to go clean up my area. You always clean up your workstation. Any appliance that you use, please make sure that when you clean it, you unplug it first. And thoroughly wipe down your appliances. So that way you're ready for your next job. Why did my daughter bring that in here? I'm over there washing dishes and I didn't even notice the the blanket in the washing machine, or in the sitting over by me. Didn't even notice it. That's how you know I get into my cooking. Alright, so we got 50 seconds, and then our Reuben can come out of the oven, and we're going to see what it looks like. Few more seconds and then the Reuben comes out. And the cupcakes are about ready. Not quite. We still got some more time on them. And then I'll show you what the Reuben looks like. It smells good, I'll tell you that. These are my gloves. not quite done yet, so I'm going to take the foil off and put it back in. But it's getting there and it's looking yummy. So I'm going to put it back in, and then I will take a picture of it when it's done, and I will upload it as my thumbnail. But again, I want to thank my newcomers, and I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm Stephanie with Large Family Diabetic Cooking, and I will see you all later.